Hi, I'm Emily Javalt, and I'm curator of folk art at the American Folk Art Museum in New York City. And I'm sharing this quilt story as part of the museum show and share segment of the Quilters Take a Moment event. This is a story about the Writer family album quilt from the collection of the American Folk Art Museum, which was recently featured in an exhibition that I curated called Signature Styles at our gallery in Long Island City, Queens. So just a little bit of history here first about the Baltimore album quilt in general. Album quilts were hugely popular in Baltimore in the mid-19th century, where they developed a distinctive and highly elaborate style that you can see here in all three of these examples, with a characteristic love of leafy and floral motifs, including wreaths, baskets of flowers, and cornucopias executed in multiple colors of fabrics. And one of the reasons that we believe this was a trend that flourished in Baltimore is that it was a major port city where it was easy to access a variety of imported fabrics. But lesser known is the fact that although many Baltimore album quilts are associated with members of Protestant Christian communities, these quilts were also connected to Jewish families, as is the case with the Writer family album quilt. This quilt came to the museum in 2000, and it was a donation from descendants. Although family tradition has developed around the idea that the quilt was made later in the 19th century by later generations of the family, in fact, the quilt characteristics place it clearly at the center of the Baltimore album quilt craze of the mid-19th century. This is one of a group of 13 quilts associated with Baltimore's first synagogue, the Baltimore Hebrew Congregation, which was established in 1830 as an increasing number of Jewish immigrants left Central Europe for the cities of the United States. And a very similar example to the Writer family album quilt can be found in the Maryland Historical Society collections, which is one of the reasons that we're able to place this example in Baltimore, even though it in fact descended in a Pennsylvania-based line of the family. This group of quilts share similar motifs, including some details here like the elephant and also the horse and rider, who's thought to represent a Maryland-born fighter in the Mexican-American War, which further places the quilt in the historical context of the mid-19th century in Baltimore. Even beyond this quilt's fascinating history, though, I just find it to be one of the most expressive and exciting works of art in the AFAM quilt collection, which is extensive. We have these vibrant colors and lively animals, all executed in beautiful texture created by the stuffed applique technique that you see used throughout